Hello everyone, it's Donna, and I had a question about digitizing some Redwork when it's a lot more complex than, say, the spider web. And I think it really kind of all depends on what you're going to use it for and how well um, you want it done. So first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to go in and I am going to select the Brother 200 by 200, which is the 8 by 8 frame, real quick. And I am going to pull in an image that I generated from some Dover clip art. So here is what this image looks like. So we want to do this. Actually, I'm going to do it in a triple bean stitch instead of the Redwork stitch, so it goes over it 3 times. And what I'm going to do is I am going to come over here where this little like magic wand is, and I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to select the outline, and over here I'm going to change single stitch to be triple bean. And then I'm going to get a spot on here, and I'm just going to click it. Oops, let me get in a good area where I can click the black. So now that you see everything here is sort of selected, you can see it by these little lines that are kind of they look like they're moving. Okay, and I'm going to now right click and say generate stitches. And it's going to take a minute to do this because it is fairly complex. Okay, so I am going to delete my image so that we're not seeing it in the background, because we don't need it. So here basically is it, and of course there's some things that have to be cleaned up. I don't want this outer edge, so I'll click on one and do a delete, and you kind of have to go and do this for all the little parts that you don't want. And it takes a little bit of time. And is it going to be as perfect as digitizing all of this manually by hand? Probably not. However, trying to figure out a complex path for this so that you can get it to where it looks right would pretty much be impossible. There's other things here that you want to look out for. So like when this comes down, usually there's a little extra spot here on these, and you would just want to go ahead and remove these. There's one here, whoops, not that one. Going to have to zoom in. Well, I can't get this one right now. See if I see any more off the bat, like right around here, these little tips. So I don't see any more right now, and notice that this isn't perfect, but then again, the artwork that I generated wasn't perfect. I used a piece of software called Kaleidoscope Creator. I'd actually done a video on that at one time before. It's just something that I've used before, but this is basically it. And now if you click on these, like if you see this and you go to the next one and the next one, I mean, you see they kind of jump all over. So you don't want to stitch it out that way. So what you do is you do a Control A to select all of them, do a transform, arrange outline parts, no connection. So what that's going to do, and we're going to generate the stitches, and it's going to think a second. So we are going to do a simulation on this, and it's going to be, let's turn it on 3D. As you can tell, let me slow it down, it's going to go in certain places and do a path, and then you'll see it come back and forth and back and forth. That's when it's doing the triple beam. And the other times it's just doing like a straight stitch. And it's going to go through, the computer has gone ahead and generated all of the pathing for you. And let's just go ahead and speed this up now. And there is the actual finished design. Now, if you want to, before you do the transformation of it, if you want to take all of these little points and make it perfect right here, you can do that. But they all of the points here, you'll see an end point and a beginning point here or something. They have to match up exactly, or it's not going to generate them the way you want to. So give this a try real quick and see if that answers your question. Also, I would, if you do this, stitch it on a piece of scrap fabric to make sure it's what you want. But depending on the artwork and how well it is, sometimes doing this auto generation for something like this to let the computer figure out the path is the best way. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy. I know I did one time, and it was a kind of like a heart, but it was a Redwork design, and it had kind of like swirls and flowers and stuff in there. And it took me 20 hours to digitize that one little Redwork design, and I'm like, no. So anyway, have fun with it, and if you need anything else, just let me know. Let me know how this works out for you too. Talk to you later. Bye.